Hello, Frank Jen here, the commentary beast. I'm here to talk about two films, both released by Welgo in the US, North America. First one is Back to the Past, Hum Chun Gay. Now, this is actually a legacy sequel to a very, very popular 2001 TVB television series starring Louis Koo and Raymond Lam Fong. And so this film was actually made in 2019, but because of the subject matter about assassinating a living emperor, ruler, somehow it was prevented from release, in China by China because it's a China Hong Kong co-production, and also probably because of the anti-extradition demonstration in Hong Kong at that time. So the film was shelved for 6 years, and finally, all of a sudden, it came. They say, okay, we're going to release it, and in the end of the 2025 in Hong Kong, and then subsequently release here in the U.S. Now, this film is a direct follow-up to the TV series. It's not a sequel. It is a sequel, but it's a direct follow-up. It's not a reboot. It's not a remake. So. For those of you who are not familiar with the TV series, you might be utterly confused by the film because there's no introduction of the character. They just show up. You kind of it just really continues straight right after what happened at the end of the TV series. So, but I still recommend you go see it because it is a big budget production. It's a very fascinating sci-fi film. Really, it's a really Back to the Future, except we're going back to the Qing Dynasty. Louis Koo is charming as usual. Raymond Lam's great as the Emperor once again. And the film has a lot of nostalgia factor for us Hong Kongers. There's a lot of, the film has a lot of like hidden meaning about, when are we going to go back to Hong Kong? And obviously, if you know what happened to Hong Kong recently, you know that lines like that will strike a nerve, in a lot of a lot of Hong Kong audiences who are overseas. So, but it's a big budget production, some great action by Sammo Hung. You can tell these are Sammo Hung action when you see it. Not a lot of action, but whatever action there is they're great. So don't be like scared by not knowing the story and stuff. I mean, the film really have some moment that let you catch up on what happened. So go see Back to the Past if you can. Now, the other film that I really want to talk about is the Blades of the Guardian, 標人風起大幕. Now, this film is actually based on the comic book series, 標人. This is a Chinese comic manhwa written and illustrated by Zhang Zizhu. And so the film is an adaptation of the comic book. It's like 13 books right now. It's still ongoing. So the guy's still writing it, and he's written it on and off over the years. So it's basically about this bounty hunter played by Djeng who has to escort this very important rebel, who's trying to overthrow the Choi dynasty. So he has to protect him, and so they all also being chased by others. So it's kind of like John Wick if you think about it. They're being chased by bounty hunters, government officials, and what have you. Jet Li has an extended cameo in the beginning of the film, and they have a great fight. He had a great fight with Jackie Wu Jing, and of course with Zheng Zhen. And it's too bad that first fight was really, to me, it was the best fight. I mean, all the other subsequent fights are good, but I think the first one was really the best. And Yuen Wo-ping, directed there. He's 80 years old now. He still got it. It's a fantastic film. And the desert setting, they actually shot this in the desert, and so you can tell, the vista, the locale is all wonderful. The costumes, everything is great. Story, there's quite a bit of character, but then it's based on a comic book. So and some strong female characters, and Wu Jing is great. He was discovered by Yuen Wo-ping initially for Tai Chi 2, so it's great to see him working with Yuen Wo-ping again. And the film clearly set up for a sequel because one important character, he didn't know whether he died or lived in the film, and the story is still ongoing. The film didn't end with a completely like a resolution thing. So and also the comic book itself is still ongoing. So clearly set up for a sequel. But it's a wonderful film. It's a great throwback to the old school wuxia films, and not a lot of hand-to-hand fight, mostly sword fight and weapons fight. But I think you'll very much enjoy it. It's definitely worth seeing it on the big screen. You need to see it on the big screen to appreciate all the desert visuals and the sounds and everything. So again, this is also by Welgo. So go see these two films. Support Welgo. Support really Asian cinema in USA theater. So until next time, take care and bye bye.